I'm a curator at the National Army Museum in London. I work closely with the South Asian collection at the museum, and I work with communities and research. Some of my work at the museum looks at the region of Punjab, the region of North India, and it's interesting for me to look at photographs, archives, and objects relating to various regions. But what was interesting to come to Lahore is that I'm able to see some of the points of heritage that I've seen only through an archives perspective or a collections perspective. So I was here last year for the first conference, the International Museums and Heritage Conference, organised in partnership with the British Council and the Walled City of Lahore Authority. And I thought the conference last year was a great insight into sharing skills. Various different curators and experts from the museums and heritage field came. And I think it was a great platform to share those skills with some of those people. What the conference has done this year with the Heritage Now conference is to add and bolt on a festival to this. And I think that's interesting because it brings public engagement into this. It's not just an inward-looking academic conference, but it's looking outwards and trying to engage other communities. And if I look around at this art centre that the conference is held in, it's bustling. There's families, there's kids, there's people of all different sort of levels of heritage coming to this event. So I found it really engaging. I think it's also interesting to meet some of these other curators from other places and share those skills. What's been a highlight for me is to take some of the tours in Lahore, particularly looking at the conservation work around the Shah Imam, the streets of Lahore, and also starting to look at things like the Lahore Fort and some of these points of heritage that I've looked at through an objects or archives perspective. I think a lot of work has gone into preserving some of this heritage. I would say a lot of that work has been looking at architecture and archaeology. I'd be really interested in seeing what sort of work has been done around objects and some of the smaller elements of heritage. I think it's been a really enjoyable experience, really engaging and learning experience. And I hope the conference, the skills and the knowledge shared from the conference is expanded to the wider community and disseminated and implemented to preserve the heritage of Lahore for future generations.